Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik again, and this is my play-by-email match against Xargun. This is my next new play-by-email match. For me it's still Japan. Xargun took over the Allies the first time in his career of this kind of game. So I have not the experience, and this is a part why I say, okay, I give up the Manchukuo army. I must more or less buy them completely with full price if I want to use them. First, I can find here a tanker. Yesterday my submarine failed twice to sink a AS, I think, but my carrier was successful at the end. Here's one submarine, don't engaging a light cargo ship, values too low, waiting for something better. This is also cheap AP, can escape my torpedo attack. So my submarines are not so successful so far, overall. So now we're going for light cargo ship. That is sinking. And there's a bigger cargo ship, failing. Yeah. The hit rate is too low. I would normally expect 50%. Also this tanker, no hit. Here's a bigger tanker, finally a hit. And it's going down. They are all not super heavy ocean going tankers. So one torpedo hit is often enough. These are the 3 British destroyers out of Hong Kong. Finding here AMC at Sanya. Here's Sama, but everyone knows the city more like under Sanya. No battle. I can escape. Don't ask me why and how this is possible, because normally these AMCs have a super low speed and destroyers are much faster, but yeah. This is my carriers. They're going south now. After 2 days of bombardments of Clarkfield and Manila, it's time to leave. I cannot really stay there for too long time. I have more important tasks and their bases to capture. Some sweep over British units. I was not sure if Kilroy, maybe, Kilroy, Xargun have here air transport, because normally you can pick up these units via transport airplanes. But I was here more expecting long range cap, something like this, but no, nothing. I was hoping at least to find and attack some long range cap. So the destroyers are here. They are not able to attack me. My torpedo bombers out of Saigon trying, but torpedo attacks and destroyers is a hard target. Not very likely to hit here anything. No hit. Unluckily. So the second part of this airing, or maybe other airing, not so sure. Again, no hit. and you still can see starboard side, port side. Then you hear the splash because the torpedoes are dropping but missing. But if you are coming from ahead, then there's no torpedo attack, then no sound. So I moved my support carriers from Kuantan to Mersing. I still cannot make sure where's enemy cap fighters. Here it's Singapore, and I cannot escort my own strike aircraft and covering my carriers, so I choose the easy, not defeat, or a target where is very unlikely enemy caps. But yeah, this is only ground attacks. Not so useful for me now. And I slowly getting more aircraft, and strike aircraft to China to help out. Striking here this airbase, base force. Some damage, but not much to talk about. And with scenario 1, you have really nearly no Oscars. I think only one air wing, Oscar 1A. This you can forget. The 1B and the 1Cs, 1B and 1C don't, they are both okay. But there are only 2 air wings of this ready. Plus 2 heavy 0 land-based air wings. And this is all what Japan have for fighter power. A lot of nades, but nades I would say is really limited in fighting values. This is also why I strike positions where I can more or less guarantee no enemy cap fighter. I also try to bomb every British unit at least once per day here in the north and center of Malaya. Maybe not primarily to create damage, but more or less to slow them down so that Xargun cannot change them to a strategic move and then rail them out. I need a little time to take Mersing and then cut the rail link. My torpedo bomber is still trying. But cannot achieve a hit. Oh, poor. So at least I can kill some of this Dornier 24K flying boats, search airplanes. I'm maybe out of torpedoes, or the loading check was not successful, and I'm now dropping bombs. Not more torpedoes. All missing. Terrible. Tja. Out of Formosa, this is now against some light cargo ships. I think these are all ships out of Hong Kong now. I hit one at least. Some ground attacks. But no carrier strike mission at the Philippines. Sinking of Allied ships, and my ships arriving at Mersing. After I secure Kuantan and Kota Buru, now it's time to go for Mersing. Okay, so far. Some unloading, losses and casualties. And the first attempt to slowly pushing back the Chinese. And this was successful. Also a broken Chinese corps south of Kaifeng. And north of Kaifeng, all successful. So this unit is dropping back over the river. And my tanks are attacking now here in Lingawen. The rest is only arriving, so but still successful. Xargun tried to escape to Clarkfield, but I was too fast. The guns are destroyed, and oh no, this was only one unit. Okay, so the guns are destroyed. And there was, I think, also infantry division they maybe escaping. But I took the base, most important for me. So a lot of airstrikes against these 3 British destroyers, and unluckily really nothing hits. And my torpedoes, my submarines at around Palembang, also not really creating so much damage. Could be much better. But on the other hand, no surprise against my landing forces. So it's like I don't lose so far anything important, but I also cannot inflict high casualties against the Allies. So air losses are light on both sides. Ops losses. 1-0 by flag kill. I kill this one Donier. Ship sunk. Last turn. The tanker was okay. The rest, nothing. There was more sinking sound, but I really don't know what. So far, it is 6 Japanese sunk ships. So I lost, but I think I showed this already. These are all these mini submarines and 1 small cargo ship so far. So in China, I achieve here 1 small victory at this crossroad. This is it's a better logistical, strategic position to control this hex. You can see the highways are all crossing here, and also preparing to cross the river source of Shengshou. And my forces are marching of Hong Kong. Yeah, but still need 1 or 2 more days. The rest is still slow. I arrived in Mersing with enough forces to take this hex if I'm fast enough, because the Australian forces are already leaving, and yeah, maybe the British are already out of the hex. Yeah, we will see. But and also no powerful airstrike against my carriers so far. And my submarines are not really achieving too many successes. Here's one of my carriers in range, and Navy strike 6, could strike 7, but for some reason I don't know what kind of ships this is, but there was a scouting. I have the position, but no airstrike. And my main carrier fleet is running to Truk, because I want to get my main carrier fleet helping to shut down and secure all operations here in Southeast Pacific. Because I will try to achieve the capture of Rabaul, Port Moresby, then Tulagi, and Luganville, and maybe also New Caledonian, all be up to the end of the month. Then, because the Allies, they need 1 month, at least maybe 2 months, to really reinforce all of the bases. So if I can take them in December, there's not much the Allies can do before New Year. Yeah, so no losses. Everything is no surprise against me so far. Nothing crazy. I took also Lingarian. I don't really need the base, it's nothing for me, but I took it. So I can now march source. I also see that there are forces moving out of Manila, so maybe Xargun give up Manila would be good for me, because then make it more easy, let's say this. And this 1 division, I think this is moving here from the source, it cannot cross north because I control the hex. No, wait, like this. No, I don't know more. Yeah, wait. So I control this hex, Japanese, so the Filipinos must kick me out of this hex to move north. I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to take on this Filipino division. I don't really need this, I need only to hold the hex. And make sure that they cannot move north. And I can bring forces down, take Manila first, defeat this Filipino unit, take also Iba, and then focus for Clarkfield. But before I can really strike on Clarkfield, I need here more reinforcements. And reinforcements, you can see, is already on the way. Everything from Japan or out of China, what is free, you don't must buy out, I will send to the Philippines to help them. And there are more cargo ships running around, but now I cannot really see them all. My airbase is here, my air HQ is here, but I still don't have torpedoes. There's still some parts on the task force, so I need one more turn to unload this HQ that I get torpedoes here. Once I have torpedoes, surface ships are more or less very hard to leave or enter this area. So the blockade of Luzon is an stable. It's never 100%. There can always be ships coming and maybe hopping from base to base, base to base, base to base. So if you always do this from port to port, then you will never get a navy strike, and then you must make a port strike. But port strike, you need recon for the port. So there are tactics, of course, to avoid this, but it costs a lot of time. And sometimes you have the task forces going to a port but will not disband, and then you have also issues. So also I will not go for Guam task force is coming soon, and my troops at Rabul will enter next turn. So next turn I will start slowly going for Rabul and Guam, and maybe then soon later also Tulagi Shortlands. And then I need to mess up troops in Rabul before I can maybe try this strike on Port Moresby. But for Port Moresby I need already heavy cruisers here and carrier support. Good. Let me know if you have questions. It's the beginning of the war, and Xargun plays is much more passive compared to Kilroy or Jochen. Take care, bye bye.